take you around and show you what the life of a realtor looks like, at least where I am. Today I'll share with you some of the things that I'm working on right now. I'm on my way to the office. I'm driving from Cowlitz to Longview Kelso. That's where the Windermere office is. So I'm heading to the office. It's nice, bright and early. I have 2 open houses this weekend. I have one on Saturday that's my listing, and it's a listing that is really well priced. It's been getting a lot of attention. Some of the people who've wanted to see it are not able to get their realtors to drive down where it is. It's in Grays River. So I've been getting a lot of inquiries for, like, can I just come and see it even if I don't have a realtor? So I decided I'm going to have an open house on Saturday. That's between 1 and 3. And then the second one I'm going to have an open house is in Longview town. Really well priced property. Cute house. Oh, the sellers have taken such good care of it. Like, I walked into this house and you can tell the character of somebody by their house. I mean, these guys are organized. They are clean. They've kept the house really well, updated it really well. It had some old like shiplap on one of the walls that darkened it and didn't make it look too modern, so they modernized it a bit, and just a few changes to a house can make such a big difference. It can make a world of difference just to paint cabinets, just to paint walls, just to remove those old bathrooms and showers, just to add a deck, you know, things that add a lot of value to the house. And sometimes people assume that adding certain things, like adding a hot tub, may add more value to a house, or changing certain maybe windows may add value to the house. But sometimes, by the way, it doesn't really add value to the house. The amount that you spend is maybe the amount that you're going to get, and in some instances it actually lowers the value. Like, there was a transaction I was doing where there was a swimming pool, an above ground swimming pool, and my buyer asked for it to be initially removed because they're like, I want grass, you know, I want a lawn, I want my dog to be able to play. And for some people, a pool is a hazard if they have young kids. So, roadkill. So if you're doing any upgrades or anything and you have questions, like, there's some, you can put them below because there's some upgrades that are not really useful for you. So anyway, enough about upgrades. So I'm holding those 2 open houses. The second one in Longview is on Sunday between 1 and 3:30 p.m. House is really well priced. It's in a nice neighborhood. Like, if you're looking for a house, it's for $25,000. So if you're looking for a house that's affordable, you want to move to a home that has more rooms, maybe you have more kids or more requirements for space, this house would be ideal. It's also an easy commute if you're going to I-5. Like, what amazes me is how awesome the home price deals are in Longview, which is still not far from I-5, versus somewhere else like Vancouver. Like, Vancouver prices are really high. So I have someone I know who lives in Longview and commutes every day. 5:30 a.m. he's on the road heading to his office in Vancouver, because you can get so much more house for your cash in Longview than you would in a place like Vancouver for the equivalent. So there's some really good deals. This is one of them. You can come and check it out. I'll put information for you here. Yeah, so it's a great drive. I've already earlier on, there was a deer on the side of the road, and somebody who was approaching, I saw it moving, and I was thinking it was almost camouflaged in the yellow grass. So I saw it moving and I was like, wait, what is that? And there was a car coming. So luckily he also saw it in time, or she, and slowed down, because that deer eventually ended up on the road. So yeah, just like surprises as you're driving from Cowlitz to Longview. There are surprises in real estate, which, you know, we always have to be prepared. There's a lot you get to learn in real estate that in school that is useful for you to be able to know how to fill in forms and what the laws are and everything. But the real education comes when you actually start practicing. That's when you spend time with buyers, you spend time with sellers, you get to understand what they want, what they are looking for. Some surprises include homes that we are almost certain, oh, this one will sell really fast, and then it doesn't. And then another one where you think it's gonna take longer because maybe the price point or something, or the neighborhood doesn't have a lot of demand. And what happens? That's the one that's getting showings, that's the one that's getting offers. Like, so there's so many surprises, and we try as much as possible as realtors to be in touch with the market, to understand the price per square foot in certain areas, the lot value in certain areas, how much does an additional bathroom cost, how much does a deck cost, how much does any features and amenities, how much more do they cost, do they add value or do they lower the value, and how would you compare it with something else, just so that you can be more accurate in your ability to advise people on how to price their homes. But there's still a lot of surprises that show up in the market. But yeah, the more you do that practice, the more you have your ear to the ground. And I'm one of those people, I love research. Like, oh my gosh, I get lost in it sometimes, and it's because it tells a story and it teaches you so much. And just looking at certain numbers, you can be able to predict things a lot easier. So being at an open house or doing an open house and talking to actual buyers is part of that feedback. You get really good feedback from potential buyers. You get to hear how they think. Like, for example, there's a house I showed the other day. It has this incredible gourmet kitchen, like really nice. And the buyers that I showed it to looked at it and they were like, yeah, we prefer if it was more open. And I'm thinking, this is like the perfect kitchen. You can entertain, people can sit there in the kitchen as you're cooking, but they wanted the kitchen to overlook the living room area. And you get to understand why that's important to them. So all of these things I get to learn. Like, it's really fantastic if you're the kind of person like me who's always looking to ask questions, looking to know more. I'm more interested in listening than I am in really talking. So it helps because then I get a lot of information that helps make me better at what I do. If you have any comments or questions, put them down for me. I'll also include my other links to my other social media. I'm doing a lot on Instagram, especially with I'll be doing lives at some point, but especially with stories and some of my posts. It's a lot of fun creating some of those short reels. So check out my Instagram and yeah, let me know. I'll keep engaging with you there. You can send me a DM there through Instagram or Facebook. Mostly I think I check my DMs on Instagram. I post more current stuff on my Instagram as I'm doing open houses, as I'm doing just the life and thoughts, random thoughts that come to my mind. I like to share them there. So yeah, I'll see you at the office. I've arrived at the office. We are on Main Street. That's where we are. We're at the corner. So this is where we usually Oh, this is something we do at Windermere, where we have these plants for sale, and the sale goes towards paying the Windermere Foundation, which does things like scholarships and community activities. So that's really cool. All right, I think I'll get me one of those for my desk. It's a bit empty. So there's my empty desk. Let me show you a bit more of it. I've got my colleague sits there. We've got more office space there and there. Yeah, I've got really cool colleagues, by the way. So yeah, everyone sits like in different places. Then we have another room, which is a room I enjoy filming in. And this is it. This is my filming room. It's also another meeting room. We've got other meeting rooms up front. Nice view from here. Maybe you've watched a video of mine where I was filming here. Red, what do you call it? Red Leaf Coffee. That's where they are. And that's the other room. Then we have meeting rooms. Those not currently in use, but something like this where we hold meetings. Pretty cool. Okay, and back to my office, my desk. Oh yeah, we've got this area, printers and all that kind of stuff. Wall where we put some of the people we work with and recommend. And yeah, I'm back. All right, so at the end of the day, put all my stuff in the car, my stuff for the open house, and yeah, signs. I need to actually get more signs, so I may just have to go back and get signs. But as a realtor, your car is like full of stuff in the back. Look at that. So I've got for sale. I actually need to toss this because I picked it up. It was damaged. Open house. Yeah, for sale, sale pending, and that kind of stuff, like sold. So I'm always prepared. And also I've got my business cards always. ton of them. And yeah, some of the materials for my other listings, information for buyers and sellers, like guide to selling your home. So all of this stays in my car, because then if I see an opportunity or I need to share this with someone, this is another listing of mine. So I've got, yeah, I can replenish this. I can provide information on the go. Yeah, cool beans.